The master of the X-Men, that's right. The person that shaped them for the longest time, Mr. Chris Claremont is returning to probably one of the most beloved storylines of all time. He is coming back to do a prelude to the future past. And if you don't know the future past storyline, Days of the Future Past. In fact, it was probably one of 20th Century Fox's best versions of the X-Men movies.
Hmm.
Fantastic if you have a chance to see it. But Marvel Comics has announced a new one-shot, X-Men by Chris Claremont, Prelude to the Future Past #1, featuring a prelude story once only available in the Marvel-made Paragon collection. Chris Claremont, a limited edition, prestigious hardcover. The one-shot arrives in comic shops on July the 3rd, and it is drawn by, and if you are a fan of the Fantastic Four, one of their best artists was Salvador LaRocca, and
Oh,
he did
so
a
good.
hell of a run along with Carlos Pacheco. Great runs if you have a chance to go back and get some. We were talking about Franklin Richards and a lot of that storyline. Uh, Salvador LaRocca drew a lot of that stuff. So it's nice to come back to this storyline to get a prelude like this, especially something that was extremely hard to find. One, I'd like to know everybody's opinion. Did anybody read the Chris Claremont run at any point? And two is, are you happy he's coming back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did. Yep.
Yeah, I got the one of the graphic novels that had God, what was it? God kills or
Man loves.
Man loves,
Mm.
God kills, something like that, and
Yeah.
and Days of Future Past. So it was like all the good Chris Claremont, early '80s kind of stuff, and it was fantastic. And they could tell a comic book story in one issue. Two, if you're going back to the past and screwing everything up, that took 2 issues. He's really good at what he does, especially with all those characters.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be interested to read it.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I think his run had some iconic stories, defined a lot of the characters that we know today, and so basically not the father, but someone who really helped build the X-Men for who they are today is grab the reins, and so maybe it gets my interest back into the X-Men franchise as it pertains to the comic book pages. But we'll see. X-Men is we're gonna see X-Men in the major motion pictures, so it'll be hot. And what better way to introduce fans back into comics than having Claremont at the helm?
Yeah, I think this is a smart move. I think unfortunately we've talked about this, but yeah, unfortunately some of the newer writers just aren't understanding comics. And when you add someone that is as influential and as relevant to X-Men as Chris Claremont writing something else, I mean, number one, bummed it's a one shot, but also I'm not, because it's like you're gonna have this like amazing writer come in and write a one shot, and now you either have to keep up or like get out. And I think that I mean, all I can say is if you've never read anything Chris Claremont has written, like go read it, because it's it is unreal. And I think that this is gonna be good, and I hope that it just sparks that level of creativity in others to do what he does. So
All right. Well, gentlemen, we get to the point in the hour where, you know what? That's the end of SKN News.